Hi guys, Dr. D Nice Beaujolais here, solar powered and energized by the SON. Well, it's first Wednesday, you all. And you know, as usual, every first Wednesday we talk about depression, and this one will not be any different other than a different setup. We're moving, and my living room where I usually filming is full of boxes and a bunch of stuff. My husband is remodeling our kitchen, so we got kitchen cabinets in the living room. So guess what? We couldn't do it there. And then, I feel like something's in my eye. Then, on top of that, I can't show you all my outfit. Anyway, but we'll still talk about depression today. And today, we're going to talk about what causes depression. And one of the big causes, there are others too, but one of the ones that we'll talk about today is just the dark side of life. Believe it or not, life has a dark side, and most of us are not prepared for it. When bad things happen to us, we're totally not equipped to manage the feelings that come up with this, and sometimes those feelings could just get worse and worse and force us into a state of depression. Look, the dark side of life. Things can happen because of you. You just totally messed up. You could have drank too much and accidentally ran somebody over. Oh my goodness, can you imagine the devastation, how that would be? Or maybe you were texting while you were driving and something happened to somebody, one of the people that you were in the car with. You could have not studied for that last final and you totally failed high school and didn't get to graduate with your friends. That could be like totally devastating. That's the dark side of life. And those things happen, it's difficult to deal with it. Things can happen to you, yourself. Somebody hurt you, you were abused or raped, or just, you lost your job. The magnitude of things that can happen are from one end to the other. And how you respond to it can determine if you will end up in depression or not. Things can happen to somebody you love, somebody around you. Your mom, your dad, your brothers or sisters, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, they could get sick, they could die. Things can happen to them, and your response to it can cause you to go into a state of depression. I have my notes here. Some of the sadness that occurs from these things, like I said, can lead you into depression. And we have to be prepared to handle the dark side of life, because life does have a dark side. It's not all butterflies and unicorns. It would be great if it was. It won't be that till Jesus comes. So in the meantime, we need to prepare ourselves that darkness will come. I'm not saying you're going to go around all day, oh Lord, I got to get ready for when the shoe drops or when the darkness comes. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying right now, just some basic things that you can practice to prepare yourself for the dark parts of life. One thing you can do is make sure you're exercising on a regular basis and eating well. These things really affect your brain's function and how it develops. And a good, healthy brain is going to be able to tolerate and accept some of the challenges that life throws at it. Get into a habit right now of meditating, concentrating on the Word of God, spending time understanding, uplifting things and meditating, and just having a practice where you look into your brain and just really dissect some of the things that hurt and harm you and find ways that you can process those healthily. I told you all, years ago, I went through depression. I did. I told you all about that. Dr. D Nice went through depression. I was suicidal. I wanted to kill myself. If it wasn't for the fact that I thought it was a sin or something was going to happen, I wanted to die. I did. And after time, I passed through that. And when I passed through it, and when it was over, it took about 6 months to 8 months, something like that. It wasn't fun though. Anyhow, at the end of it, I said to myself, you know what? This is never happening to me again. One day I told y'all I'll share with you all exactly what happened, but I'm not ready. I ain't ready. Anyway, after that happened to me, I said, Never again will I allow myself to respond to the dark side of life in that way. I will not make my soul even darker by responding to life's darkness in that way. I am going to make it through anything that happens to me. And trust me, since that time when I was 17 years old, I've had a whole lot of other bad things happen. Probably around the same degree as that thing back then that I'm not going to tell you all about. Probably about the same degree. However, because of some of the habits I've developed, the exercise, eating good foods, the meditating, and the talking to God about the things that hurt me, I have been able to kind of just manage some of those feelings of sadness. Look, guys, these are things that you have to start, just day-to-day things that you need to be doing in your life, and it will help you when the dark side of life comes. Another thing is just make sure you have good friends. Good, solid friends that you can talk to when things are hurting you. And you know what? When the darkness comes, and it will, it's just inevitable in life. Do not think that you're going to go through life and nothing ever going to happen to you. It's going to happen. Something will happen to you that is dark and sad. When that comes, you can have a chance to lean on those relationships that you have, the friendships. You can lean on the, look, when those times happen, it'll be okay to see a counselor. They're equipped to help you manage some of those feelings so that you don't slip from the basic sadness that you should usually experience when something bad happens. It's okay to be sad, but the depression is when that sadness just persists, and it just persists and gets worse and worse and deep into the sadness and darkness of depression. I've told you all the definition of depression before. You can go back and watch some of those videos. Anyway, guys, just some tips to prepare you for the dark side of life when it comes, because it will come. That's just part of being human on the planet, and it is what it is. It's gonna happen. All right, guys, hopefully that video was helpful. The next time I do my first Wednesday video, I'm gonna be in North Carolina. I don't know where I'm going to film it yet, because will I be in my new house yet? I don't know. Maybe. If I'm there, you'll get to see the living room in that new house. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all next week for our usual Wisdom Wednesday. Bye!